Are you worried about the belligerence that we're hearing from Australian politicians towards Russia right now?
I'm extremely worried. But of course, they're just emulating the United States belligerence. We are, in fact, the 51st state of the United States of America. We do what we're told. I think there's no understanding amongst Australian politicians in particular, but also American politicians, about the situation in which they put Russia. It was decided at the end of the Cold War and promised by the US that NATO would not enlarge into any other countries in the Eastern Bloc, and they've done exactly the opposite, and NATO has reached right to the borders of Russia. That's terribly provocative. And they're arming these little countries as well and putting in missile defense systems. So what America is doing is challenging Putin in a very primitive way. And Putin tends to be a bit paranoid, I think. And one does not clinically threaten a paranoid patient because they're likely to lash out and do something really dangerous. Both America and Russia have over 1,000 hydrogen bombs on hair trigger alert, ready to go with the press of the button. And the whole thing takes only 1 hour to complete. If that should happen, and most major cities in the world are targeted, millions, billions would die. A huge cloud of toxic black smoke would rise up into the stratosphere, circle the Earth with a cloud so thick it would block out the sun for up to 10 years, inducing a short ice age and the end of most life on Earth. That's the situation we're facing. No one's talking about it. It's quite incredible to me that in the 80s we were all terribly aware of the medical consequences of nuclear war. Now nobody talks about it and the press is strangely disinterested. So we're walking in a sort of sense of psychic numbing, like lemmings towards the precipice of extinction.
Are our cities targeted in Australia?
All cities in Australia are targeted, and the 34 American military bases.
Really? By Russian missiles?
Yeah.
And we're provoking these people?
Such a redundancy of weapons. There are 40 targeted on New York City alone, 60 on Washington, 60 on Moscow. There are only 240 major cities in the Northern Hemisphere. So all the major cities and industries and universities in China, Russia, England, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, America, Japan, and Russia are all targeted.
So your word is...
And America's policy is to fight and win a nuclear war.
So your word is, I guess, to put yourself in their shoes and see how they're seeing this and realise that this is so dangerous.
It's madness. It's absolute madness. Mutually assured destruction. But that really comes true for the present moment.